It's time to get your geek on.
You complete me.
With Dave Gramillion.
All right. Welcome to another wonderful Sunday afternoon here in South Texas. My name is Dave Gramillion. Welcome to Get Your Geek On, powered by the Texas Renaissance Festival, with over 650,000 people attending the event going on right now through November 25th. Get your tickets at texrenfest.com. This is the premier talk radio show for Star Wars, Star Trek, DC, Marvel, esports, really all things geek that have dominated this little world of ours. See, geek is not what it was 20 or 30 years ago. Geek is in. Geek is very in. Geek is now the mainstream, and we are here to talk the latest and greatest that is geek right here on Freedom 1160 Talk Radio and freedom1160.com. This is Season 3, Episode number 18, and this afternoon, I'm losing track of the time. Where did this weekend go? We have a Venom recap, including someone's got to pay the piper on their bets. We're going to talk to you about who lost on the box office prediction. I'll give you a hint. It was me, and I'm not happy about it. So there. 2018 it's going to be over before you know it. There's not much left to this year. There's the rest of October, then November and December, and we're done. But so what's left? We know Infinity War happened, Ant-Man and the Wasp happened. We've had the solo Star Wars standalone Star Wars movie. But what's left? We'll talk about that as well. Coming up after the bottom half of the hour news break, video game news. Call of Duty is officially here. And some of you are still waiting to play it, even though you bought it. And we're going to tell you why about that. And James Gunn has gone over to the dark side of comics, anyway, because DC is always known as the darker part of the comic world, and James Gunn will now be headed to do a movie for them. We'll talk about that as well. Alrighty, let's make sure that I have everything. I've got my motley crew here. If you look to my left, your right across the radio dial, you will see the new guy in town, our new co-host that is coming over here from Geeks of the Web. He is Aaron Shapiro. How are you doing, sir?
Doing good. How are you doing, man?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
I'm happy to be here. That was my happy voice.
That's your happy voice?
That's my happy voice.
It's actually not a bad Joker laugh, too. You ever think about doing a Joker impression?
You haven't seen my profile pics, obviously.
I'm a little frightened.
He's not talking about his Facebook. He's talking about his dating profile pics.
Oh,
yeah, that's okay. Well,
that's
why I'm still single.
That explains a lot, then, doesn't it? Good Lord. If you look further to my left, your right, across the rated dial, you will see the man spinning the ones and zeros here on the program. He is our sound prognosticator, and he is Goose.
Hello.
Hey, Goose. What's up, man?
Oh, not a whole lot. Just here, back home, where I belong.
Yes, back in the comfy confines of our former production studio.
Correct.
Love you, football, but you bumped us. We had to go crawl back into our little closet of a studio here. I feel a little cramped.
A little claustrophobic.
Just a little. I actually am claustrophobic. So
this is not helpful for you.
No,
then.
not really. I was feeling pretty good in the other one. So all right. All right. Well, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and open up the show. We're going to talk a little bit of Venom, and that means Marvel news.
This is that sequel to the smash hit with no equal. This one's for the true fan.
All right, and this is brought to you by our friends over at the Heroes and Villains of Cosplay right here in San Antonio. If you have questions about cosplaying, which we all do, I mean, even I have my own questions, and I don't even cosplay, but I would go to Havoc in a heartbeat. They're a great group of people. They love hanging out together, and you don't have to be screen accurate with your cosplay. You want to cosplay steampunk, you want to cosplay as a completely different character, knock yourself out with our friends over at the Heroes and Villains of Cosplay. Alrighty, so the Venom movie has come and gone in its opening weekend, and like we do with a lot of major movies, we have a bet as far as the opening weekend. We do domestic opening weekend for these big geeky movies. I am 3-0. I was shooting for 4-0. And I went with 55 million as my prediction. I actually had 60 and I revised it down. I thought because it's a Sony picture. I mean, Sony, this is the studio that gave us Pixels, the Emoji Movie,
Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man 3, Pixels,
Spider-Man
Pride
3.
and Prejudice, Zombies.
Hey, I'm kind of game to watch that one. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
It's actually funny to me, at least. I had to watch it
So
twice.
this is the studio that gave us those movies. So I'm like, there's no way this can be good. This will be a flaming dumpster fire that'll bomb at the box office. And I figured 55 mil was being generous. Boy, was I wrong in a big way. So let's talk to the new guy here, because the new guy, what was your bet again?
I bet 80 million.
You bet 80 million, and the actual retail price, without going over, was. No, I'm actually, it's funny you did this, because you predicted 80 million, and the actual price was. Oh, I thought we had a drum roll.
I was looking at everybody here.
Because you had your hand on the mouse, and I'm like,
Hang on.
he's going to do a thing. He's gonna do a superhero landing.
Sweet, I did. Watch,
Hey,
it's
there we
happening.
go. The actual prediction was 80 mil, and your total was 80,255,756.
Oh, yeah.
So you get the celebration song. You were off by only $250,000. I mean,
I don't think you've come that close.
I came really close on Infinity War.
I like this.
I forget what it was exactly, but I was really close on Infinity War.
It's going to be really fun when Dave goes into a shark suit and sings the Baby Shark
Oh my
song.
gosh, I can't wait for this.
So that's my punishment is coming up. We'll do a separate video where Dave has to take his punishment. Goose, you had to wear the My Little Pony sunglasses
I
at
did,
PAX.
which I did gladly.
And you
look
also
for that.
you messed up on a box office prediction. You had to eat bugs.
I did.
For Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Clickbait, on the other hand, ate them just because.
Yeah, that was
weird.
Yeah, he was just like, "Hey, can I join you eating these larvae?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay, fine, whatever." So Goose had to do that, and Minion, our previous co-host, had to go down to the corner down here off of 281, and he had to sing "I'm a Little Teapot" on the corner at the top of his lungs for 5 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
It turns out he didn't know the lyrics to "I'm a Little Teapot," so that was kind of awkward more than anything else. So I've lost this one. I am now 3-1 for the year. And my punishment is I have to sing the Baby Shark song in a Baby Shark mask.
We're not going with the full suit?
I actually couldn't find the suit.
Oh, wow.
I thought I had a connection over Alamo Draft House. Remember Bridget? She came in
Yes.
in August. She has a Baby Shark suit, but it's in Corpus Christi.
I think we need to drive down to Corpus Christi.
We're not driving to Corpus Christi, so
You know, I know somebody
No.
who's game always for a trip down to Corpus.
no.
I'm game too.
No.
Oh, I'll be glad to go.
No. So Target does have these shark masks, and it's keeps my face free, so I can actually sing the song. So I will sing the Baby Shark song. We'll do that in a separate video and post it to our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/GYGO Radio, and to our YouTube channel, which is also youtube.com/GYGO Radio.
No, it's not. It's tinyurl.com/SkyGo YouTube.
Or it's tinyurl.com/GYGO YouTube. So, dude, how did you nail that thing? I mean, you had it down.
I told you, I just looked at the number and called the doctor, and he took me to the future. We looked at it, and we're like, oh, okay. Came back.
You hung out with Jodie Whittaker?
I prefer Peter Capaldi. I like to.
Oh.
I won't lie. I prefer Capaldi.
You misogynist.
Yeah, that's because you're a sexist pig. That's why.
Oh, yeah. That's
That must
exactly
be
what
it.
it is.
Now, for the October opening weekend, this shatters the previous record that was held by Gravity. Remember the Sandra Bullock?
That was such a fun movie.
That was a great movie.
I saw it in IMAX.
I saw it in IMAX too. Yeah. People got sick watching that movie in IMAX.
The only thing that would have made it better was like the D-box moving seat thing.
Oh, that would have been really
I saw
cool.
Interstellar that way. Oh, dang.
Oh my God! I saw Star Trek Beyond in D-box when the Enterprise is heading towards the planet. Dude, I was grabbing the armchairs thinking I was going to fall out.
That's not.
Oh, wow.
That's not Star Trek Beyond. Enterprise hitting the planet isn't that?
No, that's Star Trek Beyond.
Okay, because didn't the Enterprise blow up and Beyond?
Yeah.
Then how did it go towards a planet?
No, the one of the saucer.
Oh, the saucer section.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, exactly.
a la Generations.
Okay, so so that was 2013. Gravity held the weekend opening weekend total record in October. That was 55 mil. So this shatters the record. 80 million just blows it away. It actually beat Ant-Man and the Wasp's opening.
That's amazing.
That's big
That
because
is
that's a
amazing.
legit Marvel movie that people love. People
Oh,
love
yeah.
the first Ant-Man movie, and this one blew it away, and it was just barely behind Solo, which if you're probably stunned right now thinking, wow, Solo did that well opening weekend. But yeah, it really did. It was a good movie too, by the way. So that was, it's in good company.
Haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen Solo
You
yet?
should watch it. Even I've seen that one, actually.
Wow. Yeah, you got to see
really
that
good.
one. Amelia Clarke in that one. Oh, Be Still
yeah.
My Heart. Woo. So Sony Pictures actually finally cranks out a good movie. It's gonna make money. It'll make a profit for once.
Once
Look,
every
they had a
100
good
years.
movie, but it was right around about 2005.
Yeah, no
when
kidding.
Spider-Man 2 came out.
That's about right.
Yeah, that's about right. Because they had a good movie. It was called Dark Tower. Oh, never mind.
No.
It's called Emoji Movie. Oh.
No.
What about that Ghostbuster?
What about so yeah, that.
How about Amazing Spider-Man 2?
That never happened. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that wasn't there. So I'm sure Sony right now is trying to figure out what to do because money's coming in. They're like, how come the number's not red? It should be red because we're losing money.
Guys,
I
there's
don't
more
get it.
zeros on this thing than normal. What do we do?
Yeah, no kidding.
Once every 15 years, they get it right.
Wow.
Couldn't help myself.
Okay, then. So now, have y'all seen Venom yet?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
All right. So what'd you think? You like it?
It's, how should I put it? It's a good movie.
Yeah.
I think it was, Tom Hardy did a good job. The symbiote itself was good, but telling the story itself is not the way I grew up reading Venom. It's not the original Venom.
True.
They did stick close to, I don't know if you ever watched the animated Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So the whole thing when it came from the comet and, that kind of thing kind
sure.
of stuck to it.
Yeah, a little bit.
The Easter eggs, though, I thought were fun. The Jameson Easter egg.
Yeah. You have to really look, but they are there.
Yeah.
Which is good. But what I thought Tom Hardy was really good. You come for the movie, you stay for Tom Hardy, but there were times when
Yep.
he was too over the top.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll give you
Tom
that.
Hardy over the top, that never happened.
I know,
Shinzon.
right? But
Bane.
there were some times when he's wrestling with the symbiote in his mind, and I'm like, he's doing a really good job. It's like watching McAvoy and Stewart and
James McAvoy
Is
is
that what-
James
Professor X?
McAvoy as the guy in Split.
Oh, okay.
It was like that. It was really cool. And then there's sometimes when he took it way too far.
By the way, Glass coming out pretty soon.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
that'd be
right.
good.
Looking forward to that movie.
I don't know how this movie got a PG-13. Because okay, I get it. There's
Hold
some
on.
comedic elements, but they should have gone R with this because you already have some decapitations.
But they never showed it. I think that's how they got away with it.
I think that is too, which is a little bit disappointing. Also, I mean,
Yeah.
you can tell what's going on. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
just because there isn't any blood, you still know what's going on. And man, the S bombs they were dropping in this one.
yeah.
Did y'all? Wow. I mean, I get you get one F bomb and that's it.
Yeah.
In a PG-13, but wow, the rest of the language, I couldn't believe they got away with that. That was, I guess, the standards are slipping or something.
Maybe they're like,
that was-
yeah, we'll let it slide a little bit.
I guess so. So that's it for Venom. That's it for the Sony Pictures cranking out a Marvel movie. Of course, now there will definitely be a sequel. There's no
Oh, yeah.
question about it.
Well, he signed on for 3, right? I thought they made a rumor about that.
I
wasn't
heard a
sure.
rumor, but it wasn't confirmed. There was
Okay.
nobody from Sony that came out and confirmed it.
So, one thing that set it apart from both the Secret Wars and the animated series version and even the Ultimate version?
No, but you'll tell us anyway.
I'm trying to think now.
There was no Spider-Man.
Oh yeah,
Well,
that's the biggest
that
thing.
too.
Now I hated that. I hated that you didn't see the big white spider across his chest. That bothered me the whole movie.
Yes, that's what I wanted to see. The black suit with the white spider. That's what I wanted to see. Other than that, I didn't mind it so much. The look, the sound, it was a little too gravelly for me, but yeah, whatever. It was still pretty good.
Yeah.
So what do we have left in 2018? It's the middle of October right now. We have Alamo City Comic Con coming up in 2 weeks. Go get your tickets now, please. AlamoCityComicCon.com. The Renaissance Festival will be over in another month and a half, and that means then December is upon us, and then we're done. We can cap off this year. So what's left now that we've come to close to the end of the
There's a
year?
Child Play remake, I think, that comes out this year.
Is that
Is
this
it?
year? I thought it was next year.
It could be next year, but I thought I saw it
Pet
this year.
Sematary remake
That's
also
next
next
year.
year. But for this year, on November 16th, there's really nothing left for October. We're kind of in another lull where there's not going to be very much at all for the next month. A couple of movies here and there, but nothing really major. We're going to touch on the major ones here. November 16th, Fantastic Beasts 2, The Crimes of Grindelwald. Not looking forward to this one at all.
No,
I mean, not even a little bit. I saw the first Fantastic Beasts.
I didn't even see the first one, so I can't say anything.
Yeah, too many plot holes. I was not a fan of that one. No, yeah.
I have yet to see one single Harry Potter movie.
I saw them because of a girl. That was the only reason I've seen any of them.
The girl.
A girl. No, just a girl. I was trying to date this one girl.
You were trying to date a
Yeah.
girl at the time. Okay,
And
all right.
that was the only reason I've seen any of them.
That I can understand. I got you there.
That's the whole reason I watched Twilight.
So that's
Oh my gosh, yeah.
because of a girl.
That's about right. I admit it's the same reason that I watched and read the books. Of course, I was married to her at the time. So that's
You're not married to her anymore?
Yeah. Nice. So that's November 16th. Ralph Breaks the Internet, November 21st. Comes out the exact same day as Creed 2.
I wonder which one's going to win in the box office between them two.
Ralph.
Dude, I don't know. Creed has quite the box office
Creed
following.
was great, man.
And the hype for this next one is real. It looks really, really good.
It does.
It really does. It's definitely going to chip into the Ralph Breaks the Internet box office. There's no question. They'll chip into each other. It's weird that they're coming out the same day. Then December happens. Check this out. In 11 days, just 11 days, you get Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Mary Poppins Returns, Aquaman, Bumblebee, Holmes and Watson. You get,
Well, I mean,
that's a lot.
You get 5 potential blockbuster movies in 11 days.
So there's one of those movies that I know I won't be watching. Can you guess which one?
Mary Poppins.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
Actually, I may watch that one.
Oh, okay.
But no, that one I may get on video, but there's one of them I never intend to watch
Holmes
in my
and
life.
Watson.
There you go.
Holmes and Watson. Yeah, we'll get to that one here in a second. So Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse comes out December 14th.
Yes.
All right, so that's the
Bring
14th.
popcorn and throw at it.
5 days later, Mary Poppins Returns.
That's the one I'm going to go to.
Now, I'm going to admit, that's not exactly what I would call geeky, but it's Mary Poppins. I mean, come on. I mean, how can we
Are you
not
kidding?
talk about Mary Poppins?
Mary Poppins is a Time Lord. Her bag is a TARDIS. Come on, man. It's bigger on the inside.
That is true.
I can't lie.
That is true.
And according to the trailers, like the bathtub is now a TARDIS. You see the trailer, she like falls into the bathtub and she's...
Yeah, don't tell me she's not a Time Lord.
So that's only 5 days later. 2 days after Mary Poppins Returns. Just 2 days, we get Aquaman and Bumblebee same day.
So there's like going to be a Saturday where nobody just better call me because I'm going to be at the movie theater all dang day.
I know.
That would want to just bother you. Just be like, hey.
I think
how's it
right
going?
now, Santikos or Regal or Alamo Drafthouse, they need to set up like cots so that people can just stay in the theater, just sleep there.
The problem is they're not going to show the same different movies in the same theater. You're still going to have to
Well,
travel.
no, I mean like in the lobby.
Oh, okay.
You'll be in the lobby, that sort of thing. So you go to sleep in the lobby, you wake up, I guess you use their bathroom or whatever to brush your teeth, and then you go in and watch more movies.
Well, and I lay you odds, the runtime for each of these is probably going to be more than 2 hours, so it's going to be a
Easily.
long day.
Easily.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right, Aquaman and Bumblebee, who wins at the box office?
Bumblebee.
Really?
Yes.
Aquaman.
I think Aquaman's going to win the box office, but wow.
Here's why Aquaman.
Okay.
Jason Momoa covered in water. How many women are going to go out there and drag their boyfriends and husbands?
True that.
Yeah.
True that.
Yeah.
But how much? Okay.
Not going to lie.
Okay. With that being said, same theater, how many of them will have Bumblebee full of guys and Aquaman be full of girls?
Oh, that's true.
By the way, Jason Momoa coming
That
to
is
San
true.
Antonio in November.
I know. So
that'll be exciting.
So remember Batman Returns came out? It was the same year that Sister Act came out.
Yes.
And my mom and my sister wanted to go see Sister Act. I was like, no. I want to go see Batman. So
I'm going to go see Michelle Pfeiffer now.
Well, whatever. Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie about that. So they went to go see Sister Act. I went to go see Batman. Everybody was happy.
Everybody was happy.
Exactly.
So that comes out the same day, and then 4 days later on Christmas Day, Holmes and Watson, starring Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly.
Yeah, y'all can keep that because
Reunited.
I'm not spending money on those two. I never have. I never will.
Just watch Step Brothers again.
Well, or Talladega Nights.
No.
Okay, so
The Ballad of Ricky Bobby. That one, I like that one.
Little
That's a good
baby
one.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's right. I like to picture Jesus wearing a tuxedo T-shirt.
That's probably my only favorite Will Ferrell movie.
Dear, 8 pounds, 6
I don't
ounce,
like Will
little
Ferrell
baby
movies.
Jesus. Not even a man.
I normally don't. That was probably Talladega Nights is probably the only one I actually like.
So you didn't like Elf?
No.
He was
I
a
did not like
man.
Elf.
He had a beard. I did. All right, I'm getting off on a tangent here. So Spider-Man, Mary Poppins, Aquaman, Bumblebee, Holmes and Watson within 11 days.
Who do you think is going to get the most out of all of them then?
Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins.
And I don't even think it'll be close. I think Mary Poppins Returns, unless it gets like a 12% on Rotten Tomatoes or something.
Yeah.
I think Mary Poppins Returns.
Hey Dave, you know
will
what
kill the box
I
office.
smell something.
What's that?
Could it be an upcoming wager?
It just made. Ooh, we could have multiple wagers
Oh,
on
gosh.
this.
Yes.
We could have highest out of the 5. We could have, because we have Ralph Breaks the Internet and Creed 2 on the same day. Which
We
one
could-
wins there?
Yeah, okay.
Aquaman and Bumblebee, which one wins there? And can anyone beat Mary Poppins Returns? How low can Holmes and Watson get? Yes.
How low can you go?
Exactly.
How low
I think
can you go?
we could definitely roll that out.
Oh, yeah. This will be fun.
That'd be hilarious.
How many times can we get you to dance in a shark suit then?
Shut up. Hey, I'm 3-1 for a reason, pal. Everybody else is sub 500.
You know what? I'm 1-0. Can I retire now with it?
No, that didn't work. You got to
Sorry.
defend your title now.
Aw.
So yeah, that's not good. We'll see you in November, pal. Speaking of which, so we have a few minutes left.
Yes.
Let's talk. Let's kind of get to know our new co-host here, because we plucked him out of obscurity and we've shoved him into the limelight now, where he will now be not just famous but infamous. So that means like better than famous. It's
I didn't know that.
infamous.
Because you're not
Later.
just out of famous. Now you're actually
you're
in
famous.
Okay.
So there you are.
I'll run with that.
So there you have it. Kid you not, it took quite a while to find a replacement. We had Minion. Minion wanted to take a step back, which is fine. He's still working with us, just not on the air. And then we had Clickbait, who knew coming right in, it was just temporary, just wanted to get some exposure on radio. And I said, well, why don't you come work for the #1 talk radio show for geeks? And he's like, sounds good.
No, first he asked, where is that one?
Yeah. And so now we have Aaron Shapiro, who was previously seen on Geeks of the Web. So,
Yep.
Aaron, why don't you tell us a little about your geeky self?
So I guess the biggest thing is, like I've said earlier, is I love Spider-Man. That's probably my passion, is going to be Marvel Comics, Spider-Man, Punisher, Daredevil. The other thing, I think, and I told you this, Halo. I love video games in general. Halo is probably one of my favorites, even though I hate Guardians. I really hate Guardians.
So, are you ready for the Halo live-action series on HBO?
I'm excited, actually.
yeah.
I've been waiting for that for the last, 10 years they've been talking about this. So
Do we even know who's going to play Master Chief? I don't think that's been announced
no,
yet.
they haven't announced anything.
Although, technically, we should never know. I don't think, has Master Chief ever take the helmet off?
He does, but you never see it.
But you never see it. Okay, so
The most you've seen is a blue eye.
I know who it's going to be. It's going to be The Rock. It's going to
I
be
would
Dwayne
love
Johnson
it.
as
I-
Master Chief.
He has the height for it, because John is supposed to be
He's
tall.
got the build.
Oh, yeah,
He's a buff-looking dude.
Yeah, because John's supposed to be like 6'10". He's supposed to be a big guy. So and Rock's like,
Wait,
what, 6'5", I think?
Yeah,
He's
I
like
think
6'5", 6'6",
That
something
sounds
like
about
that.
right, I suppose. I saw him in Jumanji. He was a big dude. So
Yeah.
that's a big guy. All right, so go ahead.
I love board games. I used to do, this was like last year, maybe a little bit longer. I used to do board games a lot. Like once a week, we try to get together, a bunch of us, and play like King of Tokyo, Settlers of Catan, and that was fun. I never try to win a Catan. I just try to mess everybody else up. I gave up trying to
So
win.
you hog the bricks.
So you're the man.
hogged
You're the
everything.
person that shirt was talking about that we made a post about the other day.
It was when he posted that. I was like, yep, that's me.
the brick hogger.
I tried to win, and I would always end up going from like, okay, I might win, to last.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I hate all of you. I'm just going to just mess with everybody. And I just like, one game, I literally just took all the sheep. That's all I did.
So Dave likes to win at laser tag. He does that by camping.
Okay, you yourself admitted I did not camp.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
I've
you
always
did.
said that you camped.
Whatever.
Every single time.
Me and a bunch of coworkers, we went to laser tag a while back, and 2 of us camped up top. That's all we did. And one of us would watch the other one's back shoot switch.
That's how you get shot after laser tag.
It was probably
Shot in the parking lot. Wow.
what we ran. But that, video games, comic books, board games. I'm usually at conventions too. Probably Reddit. You didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
All right, so riddle me this, Batman. What's the worst movie you've ever seen?
Ooh. Worst movie I've ever seen.
Worst movie, or at least if you can name a really, really bad one that gets under your skin.
Off the top of my head, I mean, the most recent one that comes to memory, of course, I'm going to say Spider-Man 2. The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Hold on. You're saying Spider-Man 3 was better than Amazing Spider-Man 2?
I will actually say that for this one, because I did not like that storyline for Amazing Spider-Man 2. I thought it was terribly run. I mean, don't get me wrong, I didn't like Spider-Man 3 either. And I argued that with Clickbait. So I'm up there too. And I think before that was Doom. I did not like the Doom movie.
Also with The Rock.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean-
so we need to show you Star Trek 5, Superman 3, Superman 4.
Manos, The Hands of Fate.
Yeah.
Birdemic and The Room.
I haven't seen either. I haven't seen those three.
Those are my top 3 movies. Wait a minute. You didn't mention Batman and Robin.
I was trying to forget that one.
So is everyone else.
So where does that movie rank as far as bad movies?
How old was I when I saw that one? I was like 10. So
Shut up.
I'm trying to remember that far back. I would probably say it's pretty far down there because oh my gosh, there was one that I saw that it did get under my skin. Oh, Rubber. I do not like Rubber. About a tire that has psychic powers.
I've never heard of it. The movie's name is Rubber?
Is Rubber. It's about a tire with psychic powers.
We must find this movie.
Is that like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, but Rubber? Really?
Yeah, he would basically, it would roll down like hills, it'd roll up to you and be like, what the heck? And then your head would explode.
Oh gosh, we got to find this movie.
Yes, we have to find this movie.
That was probably one of the worst
Oh my
ones.
God, we have to find
a copy?
this movie.
No, I think it was my roommate's. I can look if I have it, but I think it was my
Okay, well,
roommate's.
you need to find it. We need to go to Dave's house. We need to watch it. We need to make
absolutely.
fun of it.
We have to see this movie.
There's actually a second one I heard, but I've never seen the second one.
Okay, I'll trade you. Have you seen Birdemic?
No, I have not
Okay,
seen Birdemic.
we'll find a copy and we'll have a double feature of Rubber and Birdemic.
Okay. Yeah, that one's probably up there too. So yeah, but Batman and Robin probably like number 6 or 7 because I've seen some pretty terrible movies. I mean, I also used to watch, I don't know if you all remember, this was years ago, Regal used to do 8 Films to Die For. There's a bunch of horror films that used to come out around this time. So I've seen some like really, really bad horror films.
And then, of course, there are just bad films in general.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know,
Batman and Robin,
Batman and Robin.
Suicide Squad,
Rogue One.
Yeah.
That's right. I went there. Thank you very much. Alrighty, so we got to take a break here for the bottom half of the hour news. Coming up afterwards, there's something about this Call of Duty game that you are not going to like. You may have gotten it, but you may not be playing yet either. We'll tell you why right after this. Alrighty, well, welcome back from the bottom of the hour news break. This is Get Your Geek On Freedom 1160 Talk Radio, powered by the Texas Renaissance Festival. With over 650,000 people attending the event through November 25th, get your tickets now at texrenfest.com. I'm Dave Gramillion, and if you missed the first half of our show, no problem. You can always check it out on our award-winning podcast. Yes, indeed, the number 1 talk radio show for geeks in the United States also has the number 1 best podcast in all of San Antonio, as voted upon by San Antonio Magazine. Thank you very much for that. So, what did we talk about in the first half that you missed out on? We did our Venom recap. We told you what it did to the box office, what record it shattered, and who lost the bet. That's it's going to suck for me. We also recapped what is coming up on 2018. What is left for the rest of the year? What are the big movies? How fast are they going to be coming out? We recapped all that in the first half. Alrighty, so want to make sure that everyone, if you're not listening to us on the radio, that's fine. We want to make sure that you can find us on our podcast, which is now available on Spotify, iTunes, the Google Play app, Omni, and Stitcher.
and TuneIn.
And TuneIn. That's right. There's 6 platforms. So we are all kinds of all over the place. It's awesome. Alrighty. So with that being said, we're going to talk a little bit of video game news. Call of Duty just came out, and let's talk about that. Alrighty, this segment is brought to you by our friends over at Dragon's Lair Alamo Ranch. And life is not all about video games because they have great board games. They have a great staff that'll walk you through those board games. If you want to try something new, they'll help you learn about what's going on out that way. They have paint supplies for your miniatures. And of course, don't forget those comics, graphic novels, little plush figures, and the whole 9 yards. You can find it all at Dragon's Lair over on Alamo Ranch, Highway 151 and 1604 on the northwest side of San Antonio. Alrighty, so we haven't talked a little bit of video game news here in a while, but Call of Duty Black Ops 4 just came out. So we want to talk about that and some pre-orders and, and some scary, some rather scary information that we
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's not going to be fun, I don't think, because, well, I mean, it's Call of Duty. I don't know what you expect from it, but...
Hold on, so then game's not going to be fun, or what we're about to talk about is not going to be fun?
A little bit of both.
There we go.
Nailed it.
I mean, the first thing is, before the game came out this past Friday, it's 220,000 pre-orders in the U.S.
That sounds like a big number.
So, I mean, it's a lot. It's up there, I believe, with one of the other Call of Duties. I can't remember which one.
Because that's game's like $50 a pop, right?
60 now, $59.99, and that's
so 220,000 times 60.
With Xbox One and PS4, they went up to 60.
Yeah. Well, now isn't Nintendo up there too? I think.
The Switch games?
I think so.
Are they 60 now too?
I think they got up there.
Yeah.
So
it's expensive to be a video game fan nowadays.
Yeah, it really is. That's for sure.
And that's only the standard edition. That's not saying if they bought any of the special packages for the pre-orders. So, which $75, $100 could easily go.
WWE 2K19 Deluxe Edition, $90.
Oh my gosh, really?
At least that's the price at the retailer that I saw it at earlier this week.
Oh wow, that's way no. The other thing too that I didn't like about it, and I love playing campaign. I love playing single player. Just sit down and shoot some pixels. Basically, there's no campaign mode to this one. It's all they're focusing more on the zombie side of it. So there is a quote unquote story if you play online, or you can have bots help you out during the zombie mode.
Oh, swell.
But it's going to be the zombie mode is going to tell the storyline. There's not really an actual campaign mode for this game.
So, I mean, none at all? Not even one that you can unlock or something?
Not that I've seen. I mean, maybe they'll say, hey, look, pay us an extra $15 and, maybe
so it's going to be DLC, maybe?
This sounds like Star Wars Battlefront. Remember when they came out with Star Wars Battlefront?
Yes.
And they said no story mode. It's all online multiplayer. And I'm like, really?
And that's...
Really?
The only thing they gave it is it looked like it was all going to be online, but the zombie portion will allow you to gather 3 bots to help you do the zombie side, and I guess you could learn some of the missions and you learn some of the lore that way. I don't know if it's going to pick up where the other Call of Duty storylines left off yet, but that's the only real storyline you can get from it is by playing zombies.
Now the storyline. I mean, isn't that how Call of Duty kind of makes its bread and butter? Is through the good storylines?
Well, when they switched to Modern Warfare, back on Call of Duty, the original Modern Warfare, that was the selling point, was the storyline. Multiplayer was amazing on that one, but the storyline is what sold it. And then, of course, we had a few hits and misses. You had the original Call of Duty Black Ops, which was a good storyline. 2, I thought, was really good. I actually enjoyed, my favorite campaign was Call of Duty Ghosts. I think that was my favorite.
Now, here's the big thing. I learned this just recently. People started buying it. They got their pre-orders in. That's great. That's terrific and everything. But you may not actually be playing it yet. It came out on the 12th, Friday the 12th. And the reason why you're not playing it yet is because there's a download, an update, a patch that you've got to get before you can even play the game. And now that's not uncommon.
Right.
A lot of games, and this is a complaint, is that you get a game day one, you take it home, you plug it in, and you got to wait for a download, like 200 megs, 400 megs, maybe
10
a gig.
gigs.
Yeah, something like that. And so you're like, great. The days of plug and play are gone.
Oh, yeah. They're gone.
And then I heard what the patch is going to be for this one.
Yep.
50 gigs.
Wait,
day
what?
one.
50 gigs.
That's ridiculous.
That's insane.
So was the game not finished?
I mean, you think about it. The PS4 standard is 500 gigs.
So literally 10% is going to go for this update.
For an
not
update,
even the game,
10% of your hard drive goes toward an update. No. Okay, I'm sorry, man. I got to call foul on that one. I'd call something else, but we're FCC related, so we can't do that.
We're
but
FCC regulated.
FCC, but I mean, come on, really? A 50 gig update?
So I'm going to sit there. I'm going to put it in my Xbox. And then I'm going to probably take a nap.
No, you're going to come back tomorrow.
or maybe the next day, depending on your connection.
If you have like a 30 megabit download connection, 30 megabits, right? So that's like 4 megabytes a second.
Right.
And you're dealing with 50 gigabytes. You're coming back tomorrow.
So I'll do it before I go to sleep. I'll preload it.
You're doing that at like 10 o'clock at night and waking up at 8 in the morning, and it's probably like 75% done.
Go have breakfast.
I mean,
come back.
that's insane. I mean, no, seriously. I mean, all joking aside,
Yeah.
that's really not. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm calling them out on this. You can't do that.
No, you cannot.
I would rather you delay it a month than give us that garbage. 50 gigs.
Heck,
Are you nuts?
Heck, Bumblebee waited 6 months.
Yeah.
It was really set to come out in June.
Oh wow. I
They
didn't know that.
push Solo back. That's fine for reshoots and whatnot. You can't do 50 gigs updates. I'm sorry.
No.
You can't do. I mean, well, clearly they can, Dave. I know, but seriously, I mean, what developer does that?
It makes me think that they're really trying to push that digital download.
Oh,
Stop
yeah.
pre-ordering
Oh, yeah.
from other ones because you can digitally download it. If you did that already, you should already have it preloaded on your Xbox or PlayStation and be able to just play it the moment at midnight hits. But-
Allegedly,
Yeah, exactly.
assuming
allegedly.
that there's not another patch that that we didn't know about. Or
and
something.
with the disc, of course, there's a key involved there, and somewhere in the software that tells it to download.
Right.
So that's why if you have the disc, you're gonna be. It's gonna take a while.
Yeah, it's gonna be the 50 gigs plus the game's disc, basically,
Yeah.
whatever's on there.
But still, it all comes down to 10% of your hard drive space.
And a lot of games are going to that. Like I've mentioned WWE 2K19. They on the box it says 50 gig minimum.
Minimum, absolutely.
For that.
I think Injustice 2 said the same thing.
Yeah. So the days of having like 30 games on your PlayStation, just as save files. I mean,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
because they
Yeah,
used
yeah.
to be just the save files.
Yep.
Not integral pieces of the game.
I miss cartridges.
But by the same token, you're not seeing near as many loading screens as we used to, and they're not the long, enduring.
Unfortunately,
Load screens
that's
that-
the price you got to pay.
I'll put it this way though: I have a 1 terabyte Xbox plus an external 1 terabyte drive, and they're full, and I don't even have maybe 40 games on that. But
See-
I can tell you, Halo is over 100 gigs by itself.
In the meantime, I'm going to go on my RetroPie. And here's what I do. I plug it in. I pick Legend of Zelda. I hit start, and I'm there.
Oh, see, I wish you would say Super Mario Brothers.
I
You know why? Because then I could do this. Dun, 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 dun.
Well, you could always sing. Yeah,
I didn't know that one off the top of my head.
By the way, the Lindsey Sterling video. Here's your little nugget of truth
Lindsey
afterwards.
Sterling. She's so
Lindsey
beautiful.
Sterling, Legend of Zelda. She is. Some of her videos are not all that. Her Star Wars one, not a fan of her Star Wars video whatsoever.
Her Halo one's good though.
Her Halo one's pretty good, but the Star Wars one, Lindsey Sterling is best when she's in a wide open space. And in the Star Wars one, she's in this cramped area, so she can't really move around all that much. Her Phantom of the Opera video is really good, but her Legend of Zelda one, oh, wow. Terrific
I
video.
tend to be best in a wide open space too, but that's just because I'm fat.
Well, yeah,
That's
too.
true.
Yeah,
I'm right there with you.
Yeah, me too. But all right, so we got off on a Lindsey Sterling tangent. But that's your homework assignment.
Which, by
boys
the
and
way,
girls.
with Dave isn't hard to do. You mentioned the name of Lindsey Sterling, and he just goes.
She's so beautiful though. She really
God,
is.
Lindsey Sterling is.
Hold on, hold that pose, hold that pose. All right, you're good.
So, all right. Yes. But there's your homework assignment. Go Google Lindsey Sterling Legend of Zelda. You won't be disappointed. Trust me. It's a great video.
By the way, for those of you wondering why I had him to hold it, that's going to become a meme later.
Yeah, pretty
Oh, I
much.
will love this.
And that's why I held it too. I was like, all right, fine, whatever. So,
Be all over the internet.
so it's, I miss the days of plug and play. I mean, even mobile games now. Even mobile games. I downloaded PUBG Mobile, and it said, great, good job. Now hang on while we get this update. And I'm like, wait, what? Why wasn't that rolled into the original download?
Yeah.
I mean, the days of plug and play are over. They're dead.
The closest thing you have right now is the Switch because it is still running your cartridges. Like you said, you missed that.
True.
And I mean, I put Mario Party right in and was able to play it within a few seconds. So Nintendo's staying with it. But
That's good news.
About
Although,
it.
You know what I don't miss
No.
about those cartridge days? Holding it in your hand upside down and having to go.
Hey, we all do that, and that's like the worst thing they say to do.
Yeah, they did. It turns out they did some study like 30 years later, and they're like, yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
That's not good.
But we all did that.
Yeah, we all did. Hey, for some reason it worked. Okay, I mean you can't knock it. Everybody tried it and it worked.
The worst thing I ever found though was I rented from like Blockbuster or whatever it was back in my hometown, and there was a little roach stuck inside, a little cockroach stuck inside of it. I was like, I'm not playing
Nope,
this game.
I'm good. Thanks.
Pass. Speaking of which, let's get back to the Marvel news here real quick. We already played the music, so I guess we're kind of good on that. Goose is all sad now. I'm sorry, Goose.
There you go.
See, it pays to be the man behind the board, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Ah!
This is
I may be sad that I don't have it, but if I have it, I'm not going to be sad that it doesn't get played.
So a report came out on Thursday, and everybody spread it around. I read it on comicbook.com, which is pretty reliable usually.
Most of the time.
And I'm going to say usually because here's why. The report was wrong. The report came out and said that Brie Larson had signed on with Marvel for 7 movies.
7?
Let me repeat that. 7 Marvel movies with Brie Larson in them in some way, shape, or form. Now, the contract is written in such a way that maybe she just makes an appearance. They lock her in now to keep the salary low.
Okay.
Because if Captain Marvel becomes a $3 billion movie, which has never happened before, then what would she do? She would demand more money.
Exactly.
And they're saying, well, no, we already got you signed in. You're good. It's like, if you were to get Des Bryant for a 5-year, $14 million deal. All right, the reason why you do that is to keep his salary low, as opposed to 1 year, and then he catches 30 touchdowns, and what's he going to do next year? He's going to want more money.
Yeah.
I think RDJ has so far done 8 movies.
Well, the 3 Iron Men.
Well, Iron Man 1, Incredible Hulk in the after credit scene. Do we want to count that or not?
No, it's got to be within the credits.
Okay, so
there's 3 Iron Men.
Avengers,
2, Avengers Infinity War.
Right. Spider-Man
Homecoming.
So that's 7.
That's 7. So he's done a 7-picture deal.
Up to now.
That's correct.
Obviously, he's probably going to be in Avengers 4.
Yeah, exactly.
So everybody got all excited, and everybody was like, oh my God, Brie Larson is going to be the new face of Marvel. 7 movies with Brie Larson in it. Holy cow, holy cow, holy cow. And then Brie Larson comes out and she does her very best Lee Corso impression and says, not so fast, my friends. She didn't actually say that, but what she just refuted it and said, no, that's not even true. Not even
a little bit.
Not even a little bit true. No.
Not even like 6 movies?
No. Well, she didn't say how many movies or if she's even signed a multi-picture contract. She just flat out said that's just not true. So once again, clickbait suckered us all. And I admit,
dang you, Alex.
I admit we put that news out ourselves because it's comicbook.com. Those guys are reliable. That's what I consider a trusted news source. Well, womp womp. So much for that idea, I guess.
So I have a question here.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to have... did you hear that Black Widow is getting a movie? Finally?
Fine.
Well, not just the movie, but she got paid.
She got paid.
And you see, here's the funny thing about it is that, so Scarlett Johansson, the report came out that she earned $15 million for her part in Infinity War, which is the same as those evil patriarchal men out there.
Hold on, I thought it was going to be I thought she got paid $15 million for a Black Widow movie.
No, she got paid. That was for Infinity War.
That's not the report I saw.
Oh?
The headline was Scarlett Johansson likes $15 million payday for Black Widow movie.
Oh, I didn't see that.
That is the headline.
Okay, well.
So now.
Quickly, to Google.
Hollywood Reporter was the publication.
I'm leaving mine up right now.
Yeah, I'm pulling mine up too because
I'm happy mine's loading anything right now.
Well, you know what? Isn't it nice that we're prepared in this awesome? Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I see where I got it. It's the same as what Captain America and Thor got in Infinity War.
Right.
Okay.
So she's getting $15 million for her own movie.
Yes.
She's been around since Iron Man 2.
Yes.
Right.
So she was actually around technically before Hemsworth and Evans were.
That is true.
Yes. Oh, wait a minute. Was Iron Man 2 out before Thor?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It was the third movie in the
third one. Okay. Alrighty. Of course, she had, again, it's the whole thing about pay equity and all that. You can't pay Scarlett Johansson the same as Robert Downey Jr. in Iron Man 2.
No, you can't because it's a first introduction. We've already had established. But you can pay her the same in Infinity War as all the other guys because they've all been around as long.
But at the same time, she didn't do anything in the movie.
It comes down to screen time, I guess you could say. It
comes down to screen time. She was barely in Infinity War.
But she did not get, and I don't know if this plays anything or not, she didn't get any toys for Age of Ultron.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And so if they get any merchandise, a cut of the merch, she didn't get any of that. In fact, they redid a toy and put Cap on the motorcycle.
Oh, God, are you serious?
Yeah, you know that scene where she picks up Cap's shield?
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually, in the toy, it's actually Captain America on the motorcycle.
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
That was a thing back then.
Now, remember how I was just slamming the whole pay equity thing? I'm going to call it like it is. That's crap right there.
Yeah.
That's terrible. That's really bad.
But we're getting a Black Widow movie finally.
Finally.
Like 10 years too late.
We've been calling for this for a long time.
Since the show started.
Pretty much. So finally Scarlett Johansson gets that, and she gets the $15 million payday that Thor and Captain America got in Infinity War, which is good because if you think about Chris Evans and Hemsworth, they had big roles in those movies. So good. I'm glad she finally got paid.
If you had to pick one between Black Widow and Captain Marvel, which one would you want to see?
Black Widow. I mean, I'm not even close.
No hesitation.
No hesitation. No doubt in my mind.
Just because y'all went Black Widow, I'm going to say Captain Marvel.
Well, then you need to get out.
Fine. I'm used to throwing things at Goose, but you're a lot closer. I have no problem throwing things
Actually,
at you.
You don't have to throw it. You can just, swing.
That's true. No, I would want a Black Widow movie because she's an established character. We've had 10 years, almost.
What is it? Probably 8 years?
2010 is when Iron Man 2 came out. So we've had almost 10 years of Black Widow.
Yeah, exactly.
And we've seen her in so many integral parts of the movie, whereas Captain Marvel, the only thing I know about her is that Brie Larson's a huge feminist. That's all I know.
Now, luckily, we got a bit of her backstory, if you will, in Agent Carter.
A very little bit.
Because it go back to the training center where Natasha was trained.
And I don't know that you can say Agent Carter. You have to say it Agent Carter.
Agent Carter.
Agent Carter. Yes, you have to add that. I can't say Agent Carter. That sounds weird.
But I did enjoy her cameo in Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
Yeah, at the first scene when they're at S.H.I.E.L.D. and Hank comes in. And
yes. Okay, yeah.
Howard Stark is there and everything.
That's right. Okay, I remember now.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember. That was a good one. She has that streak of gray. She looks like has that rogue streak of gray. That was very cool.
That was very cool.
And the CGI work, I swear, man, the facial CGI work they do on these actors is incredible.
Well, that all really started with Tron Legacy.
It did. Yes, it did with Jeff Bridges as Kevin Flynn. That movie has actually aged pretty well. I forget when that movie came out. It's been a while. But that still looks like Jeff Bridges. And that was really well done. Yeah. Really well.
Tron doesn't age near as well.
No. Unfortunately, no.
No, it's a great movie, though.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
But you're going to look at it, it's like watching the 1977 Star Wars, where you're like, okay.
I will say this. Outside of the fashion, what does age well? The Incredible Hulk Bill Bixby series. That's very well done for the time.
I'll have to take your word for it.
Yeah.
You've never seen The Incredible Hulk with Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno?
No.
And Thor? Thor makes an appearance?
And in The Incredible Hulk Returns TV movie that came out like in 88.
You know what movie does not age well, though, is The Phantom Menace?
No.
That does not age well, man.
It ages so badly that you can never watch that movie and be okay.
The effects on that movie were just
think about it. What integral to the Skywalker saga happens in that movie?
I can't remember the movie.
He meets Obi-Wan.
Okay. But if you take it as a conceit and you take 2 and 3 as flashbacks, you already kind of know that. So if you watch them in 4, 5, 2, 3, 6.
The machete order.
Yeah, the machete order. Why do you even need Phantom Menace?
Well, you don't really. You don't miss anything at all. Man, did we really get off on a tangent?
We have.
Weren't we talking about a Black Widow movie?
We were.
Black Widow.
Okay, all right.
But it goes to sci-fi.
So what we're basically trying to say is Black Widow gets paid for her own movie, and that was kind of it. Captain Marvel has not signed a 7-picture deal. That's what you can take away from our incoherent ramblings here.
But you know who has apparently signed a deal?
Who's that?
Ooh. That would be somebody who used to work for Marvel, so now, and may just work for DC, so let's talk a little DC news.
Well, I didn't realize that this was the Goose Show. My bad there. Wasn't sure how that happened.
You could turn off your mic.
I guess you get the bill too, right?
No. I was just trying to get us out of that little stall tactic we were doing.
I got you. All right, so this is brought to you by our friends over the Tex Ren Fest, Texas Renaissance Festival. Guy, it's going on right now. This today actually closes out their themed weekend, the Barbarian Invasion Weekend. But there are plenty of themed weekends left. We're going to try to head out that way in November, I believe. To kind of help close things out. So, guys, we're really looking forward to heading out that way. The Texas Renaissance Festival has been around for a very long time. It is safe. It is family friendly. They have 200 acres of campgrounds. Ticket prices are very reasonable. And it is a true Texas experience. It's held just northwest of Houston, not too far. It's away from the city, so you don't have to worry about sky glow and all that nonsense. But it's also close enough to where you just head up I-10 and you're practically there. Stop by Brenham, get some ice cream on the way home.
Ice cream.
But you got to get your tickets. And you get your tickets at texrenfest.com. That's texrenfest.com. Kids 13 and under are free on Sundays. So go get your tickets right now. All right, so James Gunn, the famed director of Guardians of the Galaxy.
And Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
And Volume 2.
But not 3.
Massive blockbusters and everything else. Was fired by Disney because he was a bad boy and said some things he shouldn't have said. Depending on whether you interpret it one way or the other or not, doesn't matter. He's gone. That's it. The question was, they're going to bring him back. Is he going to come back? Does he want to come back on his own? We don't know. Well, now we know our answer because DC has hired him away. That's right. Warner Brothers decided that, Suicide Squad 2 could use a director. And so that's where he's going to go.
So you know why DC did that, right?
Why is that?
We're bad guys. That's what we do.
Exactly. So James Gunn essentially has gone to the dark side of comics because, DC is always known as the dark, gritty side of, Marvel's all fun and happy times until Thanos snaps his fingers. And now it's, all grit with the DC. So what does this mean exactly?
Well, I know what it means for the guy who plays Drax.
What's that?
Because soon after that announcement, Dave Bautista, otherwise known as Batista from WWE fame, he sent out a tweet that said, "Where do I sign up?"
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, as soon as that news broke, he's like, "Where do I sign up?"
Well, he and Gunn are like BFFs.
Yeah.
Because as soon as Gunn was fired, Bautista said, "Yeah, I'm not doing Guardians 3."
Without him.
Well, yeah, without Gunn. He said, I believe the exact quote was, he wouldn't do it without that script.
Yeah, so I think they're actually doing the script, just not doing the director. He's not going to direct it.
I think so. So that may be the compromise there. This is encouraging. I'm cautiously optimistic. And I'll tell you why. Because James Gunn's got to be seething. He's got to be just burning mad about this. And I'm worried he's going to use this movie for his own personal platform.
Zack Snyder.
They'll take shots at Marvel. It'll be focused too much on anything but the story and the characters. That's where my concern lies.
Oh, so you think he's going to Zack Snyder the Suicide Squad?
I think he's going to Zack Snyder the crap out of this thing. But they're a couple of years off. Nothing is in the works yet, so we won't even see this until 2020 at the earliest. So maybe he'll have time to calm down by then. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Aaron, what do you think? Good news or bad news?
I mean, the first Suicide Squad wasn't the best as it was.
It was garbage, is what it was. It was the worst DC movie.
It really was. I think, there's nowhere else to go but up at this point for that film, that franchise. So, I mean, you got James Gunn. I mean, you can do a lot with him, I think.
You think with a name like Gunn, this could be a near miss?
Or it could be a hit.
I wonder what his son's name. Could it be Ray?
Oh gosh, no, I'm not saying it.
If he has a daughter, could she be named BB?
I'm still not saying it.
You still not saying it?
Nope.
Okay, well, then that'll go ahead and wrap it up here. For Goose, for Aaron, and for myself, I want to thank our sponsors, the Texas Renaissance Festival, Dragon's Lair Alamo Ranch, Havoc, and The Mailing Spot. Want to thank you for listening, and make sure to get your geek on every single day.